What if I told you that the difference between wishful thinking and actual achievement comes down to just 5 letters? Have you ever said something like, I want to get in shape, or I should learn a new skill, or I need to be better with my finances, only to find yourself in the same place months later? Well, you're not alone. You remember the research from Module 1 from University of Scranton that suggests that 92% of people who set goals, they never actually achieve them? But here's the good news. There's a proven framework that could dramatically improve your chances of success. Welcome to Module 2 of Master Your Goals course. My name is Karsten, and today we're diving into the SMART Goal Framework, a powerful tool that transforms vague wishes into concrete achievements. I've personally experienced this framework change my life, and today it's going to change yours. SMART, SMART. Let's start with S. S stands for specific. Vague goals produce vague results. According to goal-setting research by Dr. Locke and Latham, the more specific your goal, the more likely you are to achieve it. A specific goal answers the 5W questions. What exactly do you want to accomplish? Why is this important? The purpose. Who's involved? Where is this happening? Which requirements and constraints exist? Let me give you an example. Here's a vague goal. Get in shape. Chances are you'll never be able to accomplish that. Here is that goal turned into a specific SMART goal. Run a 5K race in Central Park by completing a 12-week beginner running program. That is specific. Next in the SMART acronym is M for measurable. Peter Drucker famously said, what gets measured gets managed. A measurable goal includes concrete criteria for tracking progress. So ask yourself, how much? How many? How will I know when it's accomplished? An unmeasurable goal will look like this: save more money. A measurable SMART goal will look like this: save $5,000 by depositing $400 monthly into my savings account. Measurable. The third letter in our acronym is A for achievable. Your goal should stretch your abilities, but it should remain possible. In her book that we referred to in Module 1 on mindset, Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck shows that setting goals in the sweet spot between too easy and impossible, it creates an optimal motivation criteria. So ask yourself, do I have the resources and capabilities to achieve this goal? And is it realistic given my current situation? Here's an unachievable goal. Run a marathon next week. That'll be when you've never actually run before. Now, an achievable goal will look like this. Complete a marathon in 8 months by following a progressive training program. You see the transformation? R in our SMART acronym stands for relevant. A relevant goal aligns with your broader objectives, your values, and your life direction. According to research in the Harvard Business Review, goals that connect to your core values, they are 50% more likely to be achieved. So ask yourself, does this goal matter to me personally? Does it align with my other goals? And is this the right time for me to complete this goal? For example, learn Italian, where you have no connection to the language or plans to use it, would be a very irrelevant goal. But a relevant goal will look like, learn Italian because I'm planning to live in Italy for a year. That's a relevant goal, and it connects to your personal mission. Finally, T stands for time-bound. A goal without a deadline is just a dream. A Dominican University study found that goals with specific deadlines were 40% more likely to be accomplished. Time constraints create urgency and focus. So ask yourself, when will I complete this goal? And what can I do today, this week, this month to complete that goal? The opposite of time-bound will be open-ended. Here's an open-ended goal. Write a book someday. A time-bound goal will look like this. Complete the first draft of my novel by April 30th by writing 500 words daily. These were just a few examples of how we have to turn goals into something that is concrete using the SMART framework. Now that we understand each component, let's see the SMART framework in action. James Clear, another all-time favorite author of mine, an author of Atomic Habits, emphasizes that vague goals like get healthy, they don't provide enough direction. Specific goals, on the other hand, they activate your brain's visualization capabilities. Let's practice this transformation process together. I've created here a list of vague goals. Sure, you've seen some of these before. Eat healthy, lose weight, save money, be more productive, improve relationship, and learn a new skill, an all-time favorite of mine. All of these are vague goals, and chances are you'll never accomplish any of them. Let's transform one of them into a SMART goal. Let's use the be more productive. I'll guide you through each step, making it SMART. So here we have the vague goal, be more productive. I think we need some more information here. So ask questions like, what exactly does productivity mean to you? Which area of life are you looking to be more productive? What specific change would indicate success? So a more specific goal here would be complete my 3 highest priority work tasks before noon each day. Good. Let's add measurement to it. Complete my 3 highest priority work tasks before noon each workday, reducing afternoon stress by 50%. There we go. It's now measurable. Let's add achievability to the mix. Complete my 3 highest priority work tasks before noon each day by implementing a 90-minute focused work session from 8:30 to 10 a.m. And let's add relevance. Complete my 3 highest priority tasks before noon each workday to improve my performance review scores and create more family time in the evenings. Finally, let's make it time-bound. Starting Monday, completing my 3 highest priority work tasks before noon each workday for the next 30 days, tracking my success rate and stress levels. Look at the transformation. We've gone from be more productive to this. We've gone from a vague wish to concrete action plan and with clear parameters for success. Here are the key questions to ask when transforming any goal. What exactly will success look like? Specific. How will I measure progress and success? Measurable. Is this realistic given my resources and constraints currently? Is it achievable? And why does this matter in my broader life context? Relevant. And finally, when exactly will I start and finish? Time-bound. This was just one example of how to turn a vague wish into a concrete SMART goal. Let's dive deeper into measurability and timeframes. 2 critical elements that often make the difference between success and failure. According to research published in the British Journal of Health Psychology, people who track their goals, they were 91% more likely to achieve them. That's almost twice as likely. When we measure, we create accountability. There are different ways to measure goals. Quantitative metrics, such as numbers, percentages, and amounts. Frequency measures, daily, weekly, monthly actions. Binary completion, done, not done. and subjective ratings on a defined scale from 1 to 100 or 1 to 10 or so on. Let's try together. Consider these. Which type of measurement would work best for these goals? You can see here my suggestion to the 3 examples. So for effective time frames, I introduced to you here a few things that you must consider. Include both a start and an end date. Break longer goals into milestone dates. Be specific about the frequency, daily, weekly, monthly, and account for potential obstacles and delays in your approach. Finally, make time frames challenging, but they must remain realistic. Let's look at a complete example here. By December 31st, in 6 months, I will save $6,000 for home down payment by depositing $1,000 at the beginning of each month and reducing my dining out expenses from $400 to $200 monthly, tracking my progress weekly in my finance app. Now, this particular goal here includes clear dates, specific frequencies. It also creates measurable amounts. This was a complete example on just what we discussed. Research on goal achievement shows that 90 days is often the ideal time frame for meaningful goal. It's long enough to accomplish something significant, but it's short enough to maintain focus and urgency, which is exactly what we need. As best-selling author Michael Hyatt says, annual goals are too distant to create urgency, while weekly goals, they don't allow enough time to do any significant progress. The quarterly framework, 90 days, hits that sweet spot. Let's take a minute to recap what we've learned in this module. We looked at specific goals and how they provide clear direction. Goals should be measurable so that they create accountability. They should be achievable, so to maintain motivation. They should be relevant, so to ensure alignment with your values. They should be time-bound to create focus and urgency. And then we talked about a few examples throughout the module on how to structure these goals using the SMART framework. A before SMART goal would be, I want to learn a new language. After the SMART goal application, it will look like this. I will achieve conversational proficiency in Spanish, able to hold a 5-minute conversation by completing 20 minutes of daily practice using the Duolingo app and attending 1 weekly conversation group for the next 6 months, evaluating my progress monthly with a practice conversation. There you have it. That is a SMART goal. In our next module, we'll build on these fundamentals with advanced SMART applications, where you will learn to create a cascading goal hierarchy. That means aligning your life purpose with annual, quarterly tasks, all the way down to what you do daily to achieve these goals. And you will learn to apply goals to different life domains. Your action items for this module, your homework, if you will, is to create your first SMART goal using the SMART goal template in the resources section. Then share that SMART goal or your SMART goals with a peer for feedback. And consider setting up a tracking system for your most important SMART goals to ensure you stay on track. And don't forget to download and revise the lesson using the single sheet summary in the resources section of this course. They are available for every module. Remember what author Zig Ziglar said, a goal properly set is halfway reached. You now have the blueprint for creating goals that don't just inspire, but actually get accomplished. I can't wait to see what you will achieve with your new SMART goals. Let's continue the journey together.